Welcome back to the show. My name is Vivian, and I'm the host of your favorite television show, Things I Have That You Don't. Haha, yes, thank you. Alright, so on today's episode, we head to the Great White North, Canada. Yes, and today in Canadian culture, we're going to explore some of the yummy foods that I have and you don't. Unless you live in Canada, of course. Then you might recognize some of these delicious treats. Before we break into this, how about you subscribe and click the notification bell? Alright, let's break into our first delicious food item, shall we? Ketchup chips. Yes, chips that have been flavored with ketchup. Are they red? You better believe they are. They're so pretty, crunchy, and tangy too. They really do taste like ketchup and are a Canadian staple when it comes to a yummy and original snack. This is likely one of the most popular Canadian treats that come to mind when talking about Canadian foods. That and poutine. But we'll get to that later. Ketchup chips are some of my favorites, and Canada does have a reputation for their odd flavors of chips. Oh, what's this? It looks like we have another bag of chips waiting in the wings. Let's take a peek. Poutine chips. Did someone mention poutine? Yes, I did, about 2 seconds ago. Some more wacky chip flavors coming from Canada today, and this one seems to be poutine flavored. You know what? They're not that bad. I'm not sure they taste like actual poutine, but I can taste the gravy and the pepper. You know what I'm missing? It's the squeak that those delightful little cheese curds make when you eat them. Real poutine is something so delicious, I don't think it can be truly replicated in a chip. But these didn't do too badly, so there you have it. If you're in Canada, why not try them for yourself and see what you think? Oh, why not splurge and go for the real thing? Let's check out some more truly Canadian food that I have and you don't. Coffee crisp. Now we're getting into the candy bars, my favorite. Ooh, look at this one, it's called Coffee Crisp. Ooh, my morning cup of joe in chocolate bar form? Sign me up. Okay, this is a bar that has a wafer-like filling on the inside and chocolate on the outside. It's not a huge coffee flavor, but it is crunchy, crispy, and sort of tastes like tiramisu if you've ever had that delicacy before, dear viewers. The bright yellow package is also very fun, and this is one of my favorite candy bars available. Yum! If you're ever in Canada, make sure you do try one of these delicious chocolate bars. Smarties! Alright, keeping with the candy theme, right now I'm going to introduce you to the delicious bite-sized colored circles called Smarties. They're so brightly colored and are little bits of chocolate inside a colored candy shell. People talk a lot about how these remind them of M&Ms, but really they taste a lot different. They're more hard shell than chocolate, and depending on if it's a holiday or not, like Halloween or Christmas, they'll change the colors of these candies too, which is quite festive and fun. Oh, speaking of things you can eat around the holidays, we're going to move on to our next treat. Let's take a break from candy and head to the world of pies. TOURTIERE. As you guessed, this is a French delicacy, and usually comes from the province of Quebec, which is predominantly French-speaking. This is a pie that's filled with savory meats and is often consumed over the holidays. But as we know, in Canada, it does get quite chilly, and sometimes on cold days, all you really need is some comfort food. Cue the tourtière! Something to look out for if you're ever in La Belle Province. I do enjoy a good old-fashioned apple pie, but a savory pie is quite delicious every now and again. Beaver tails. What's more Canadian than a beaver? It is the country's national animal after all. If you've never seen a beaver before, it's got this big flat tail that helps it to build its dams. And a beaver tail is basically a pastry that does look like the actual tail of a beaver. But since it's so flat, it's very useful and can act as a plate for all kinds of delicious sweet treats. You can put bananas and Nutella on it, Smarties, remember those from earlier, basically anything that you could put onto pancakes or crepes, you can put onto these. They're usually served warm and often on ski hills. Again, a lot of food in Canada is great for eating during the colder months, because it's colder more often. Oh, just a quick tip about beaver tails. If you're going to enjoy them, they're best to be shared. They are very large. Cream soda. Creamy soda? Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Not to mention the fact that it's pink. Carbonated pink fizzy soda that tastes like a cloud. Do you know what clouds taste like? Well, then you need to try some cream soda. It's very sweet. It's almost like fruit juice that's been carbonated. Not like a can of Pepsi by any means. In fact, it's not like any other soda I've come into contact with. This is a must-try if you're ever in Canland. Nanaimo bars. Nanaimo is actually a place in Canada. It's located in beautiful British Columbia, which is known for its beautiful mountain ranges and coastal cities. Nanaimo bars are technically a baked good, but they're not baked at all. They're pretty easy to make and they taste delicious. If you have any Canadian friends, bug them for the recipe for this sweet treat. Donaire. Now, from the west coast of Canada, we head over to the east coast. Just above Maine, if you're from the US, Nova Scotia or the Maritimes is a coastal province on the very end of Canada and is known for their lobster and happy-go-lucky locals. Now, their donaire is a special dish that's kind of like a shawarma, if you've ever had one of those. Donaire is made of heavily spiced meats, wrapped in a pita, served with tomatoes and onions, and has its own signature donaire sauce, which is a white cream sauce. That's also very tangy. The east coast of Canada is famous for them, and if you're taking a trip, be sure to ask for this local specialty. Joe Louis. This one can be found in any child's lunchbox in Canada. The Joe Louis. The S in Joe is pretty much silent. Most call this a wagon wheel, but there's no wafer inside. Instead, it's like a red velvet sponge cake with delicious cream all coated in a hard chocolate casing. Really, they're quite popular and can be found in basically any grocery store in Canada. They are highly processed, so they're not great on the health food side of things, but they do taste good. We've done a few sweet things in a row. What do you say, audience? Shall we head back over to something savory? Canada is known for their odd flavors of chips, so let's dig into another strange one. Hickory Sticks. And we're back to the chips, although these are not like any chip you've seen before. These are called Hickory Sticks. They're smoky and packed full of flavor. Basically, they're a bag full of little stick-like potato slices. They can be a little tricky to eat because they sort of poke you in the face if you try to take a handful all at once. But maybe that's a good thing. You can't eat them by the handful. Maybe it's so you'll enjoy them more. Who knows? Yes, so they've got a peppery, smoky flavor and are really very delicious. Very unique as well. Not something you come across often. These are a Canadian staple and you can find these in pretty much any store as well. Butter tarts. Butter tarts are delicious, and no, dear viewer, it's not a glob of butter in a tart. Well, it sort of is, but it's more delicious than that. They are small, hand-sized tarts that can contain raisins, and they're delicious. Butter, sugar, eggs, syrup, more butter. So yeah, I guess they are true to their name. Great with a nice hot cup of tea, butter tarts make you feel like you're back at home and your mom just made a fresh batch of something delicious and your troubles just melt away. By no means are any of these foods a healthy choice, but they are tasty. Isn't that right, studio audience? Are you from Canada? Let us know in the comments section below if you've tried any of these treats or what your favorite treat is from your country. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to What the Facts. Wait, Why don't you fact off with these other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.